Major Brock Lesnar WWE plans canceled after Seth Rollins' injury. Brock Lesnar returns and joins the Vision. WWE's handling of Seth Rollins' injury fuels backstage trust issues. Holland released while he's sidelined with a serious injury. Ronda Rousey drops F-bomb on haters. John Cena highly praised amidst heel turn failure. Is Rhea Ripley seriously injured in real life? Huge role for Randy Orton in IShowSpeed's latest WWE project. Darby Allin confirms WWE talks and calls out WWE stars that left AEW. Triple H needs to cancel WarGames at WWE Survivor Series. Let's dive right in. Brock Lesnar returns and joins the Vision. Seth Rollins' rumored shoulder injury from his crown jewel match against Cody Rhodes has sent shockwaves through WWE. Spotted in an arm sling before Raw in Australia, the Visionary's injury likely sparked the dramatic betrayal on the show, where Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed turned on him in the closing moments. This move signals Rollins' exit from the Vision, and he could soon be off TV after losing his title. Here are 4 major changes WWE might make in response to Rollins' injury. Number 1. CM Punk takes the World Heavyweight title from Seth Rollins. WWE could set up a blockbuster title match at Saturday night's main event on November 1st, 2025, in Salt Lake City, where CM Punk challenges Rollins. Punk earned his shot by winning the #1 contenders match on Raw. With Rollins hurt, WWE could wrap this match up quickly, letting the straight-edge superstar dethrone the Visionary and reclaim the World Heavyweight Championship. Number 2. Paul Heyman names a new leader for the Vision. Rollins' injury leaves the Vision without a captain, and WWE might shake things up by having Paul Heyman recruit a new leader. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are still green on the main roster and need someone to steer the ship. Heyman could bring in a big name to guide the heel faction in a bold new direction. Number 3. Brock Lesnar returns to lead the Vision. WWE could bring back Brock Lesnar as the Vision's new leader, a perfect fit under Paul Heyman's guidance. Just before WrestlePalooza, Lesnar crossed paths with Breaker and Reed on Raw, telling Heyman they needed to talk. WWE could build on that moment, with Heyman announcing the Beast Incarnate as the faction's new head. Lesnar's raw power and history with Heyman make him an ideal replacement for Rollins, turning the Vision into an unstoppable force. Number 4. CM Punk turns heel and joins the Vision. WWE could pull off a massive shocker by turning CM Punk heel and making him the Vision's new leader alongside Heyman, Breaker, and Reed. Punk hasn't played a villain in over a decade, and while a heel turn has been teased, it hasn't happened yet. With Rollins sidelined, Punk joining the Vision could be the biggest twist of the year. His past chemistry with Heyman could make this reunion a game-changer, pushing the faction to new heights. It's up to Triple H to navigate Rollins' injury and shape the Vision's future on Raw. WWE's handling of Seth Rollins' injury fuels backstage trust issues. Seth Rollins' possible injury is stirring up more than just concern for his health. It's causing a trust crisis behind the scenes at WWE. After his intense crown jewel match against Cody Rhodes, Rollins showed up on Raw with his arm in a sling, hinting at a real injury. The sudden betrayal by Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker, who turned on him during the show's closing moments, has left WWE's creative team questioning what's true and what's part of the story. According to Dave Meltzer, some in WWE are in the dark and growing frustrated, unsure if the attack was a quick pivot due to an injury or just another plot twist. They were told it was from an injury in the match with Cody Rhodes. But after being told his other injury was legit, many are not fully believing anything right now, Meltzer reported. This skepticism comes from past incidents like Rollins' supposed injury at Saturday night's main event earlier this year, which was sold as real but ended up being a storyline. That left many staff feeling misled. In the attempt to work everyone, the lack of trust right now is pretty high, Meltzer added. One insider revealed that the Vision, Rollins' faction with Heyman, Reed, and Breaker, was meant to stay together through WrestleMania, with plans to add Austin Theory. One source with knowledge of creative said the Vision were booked for plans together through WrestleMania, including with Austin Theory joining the group before things changed today. Now, those long-term plans might be scrapped or heavily reworked. Holland released while he's sidelined with a serious injury. Holland shared some gut-wrenching news that's tough for any wrestler to face. WWE has decided not to renew his contract, leaving him jobless while he recovers from a major foot injury that'll keep him out of action for at least 6 months. Holland took to Twitter to break the news, revealing that his deal ends on November 14th, and WWE won't extend it. The injury, a Lisfranc foot issue, happened during a match against Moose at TNA tapings in Edmonton on September 27th when an awkward landing forced the match to stop. He had surgery on October 3rd and now faces a long recovery with no contract. I've been informed that WWE will not be renewing my contract when it ends on November 14th, Holland wrote. WWE are still going to cover my rehab from injury, but my guaranteed pay will end. Quite frustrating to say the least, as I cannot work for another 6 months due to the aforementioned injury, with a family of 5 to support. Despite the rough break, Holland stayed grateful for his WWE run, even though injuries kept him from reaching his full potential. My career with WWE has been blighted by misfortune, but I'm still thankful and grateful for the opportunity and experience. The shining light that has always kept me going is the huge support from a handful of special human beings. Holland's not sitting idle. He's already planning his next move, announcing he'll launch an online coaching business while rehabbing. I'm unsure what lies ahead of me in terms of wrestling, but going forward, I will be working hard to heal up, and in that time, I will be launching my own online coaching business, so stay tuned. Fans who loved Holland's toughness and power, especially alongside Sheamus and Butch in the Brawling Brutes, feel the sting of this news. He's shown grit time and again, but will he get another chance in WWE once he's back on his feet? Ronda Rousey drops F-bomb on haters. Ronda Rousey has no time for critics, especially ones she's never met. At New York City Comic-Con, the former UFC and WWE champion sat down with Evan Mack and tackled the flack she's gotten over the years, particularly from wrestling insiders claiming she didn't respect the business. Her answer? She's not listening. When asked about the double standards outspoken women face compared to men, Rousey was straight to the point. I keep speaking my mind. I don't stop. The talk turned to the online hate and jabs from former wrestlers, and Rousey made it clear she doesn't bother with it. I don't read press about myself. That's a really destructive path to go down. Reading your own press, reading your comments and stuff like that. She explained why she steers clear of social media feedback, refusing to let others' negativity drag her down. Social media and all that kind of space is a place where I put everything out, and a lot of people take it their own way and respond to it with whatever they're going through. I don't need to take that back in. I'm just going to put it out, and they can do what they want with it. If it helps somebody, whatever they're going through, to vent about how much they hate me for whatever reason, if that helps them throughout the day, I don't have to take them dealing with their pain to be my pain, you know? So it's just like, whatever, you take it. I said it. You might not have read it in context. Rousey's no-nonsense attitude shone through when asked why she ignores the haters. One way I like to think about it is, if somebody says something shitty about me, I really don't give a F what they think about anything else, right? Why do I suddenly care what they think about me? Why does their opinion matter now? Love her or not, Rousey's done letting anyone define her. She's focused on her family now, not her past glory. I mean, most of my days are just revolved around Miss Rachel right now. I don't sit around thinking about my legacy. I have accomplished so much. I'm like, don't eat that. Oh, come inside. Where's Paul? So I'm deep in the trenches of momming really hard. Rousey admitted she barely thinks about her trailblazing career in UFC and WWE unless someone brings it up. And what I don't have is time for reflection. So sometimes people will remind me of like, oh yeah, remember when you did that one thing a long time ago? I'm like, oh my god, I did have an entire judo career. I forgot that I went to Luxembourg. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm so removed from it. It's like I forgot that I was famous. From breaking barriers in UFC to headlining WrestleMania, Rousey's at peace leaving the spotlight behind. She's swapped submissions for parenting and doesn't miss the fame one bit. Toddler snacks, fight camps for family life, and doesn't seem to miss the spotlight one bit. John Cena highly praised amidst heel turn failure. John Cena is winding down his WWE retirement tour, but his recent heel turn attempt didn't go as planned. On this week's Writing with Russo, inside sources discussed Cena's failed heel run and how he handled it like a pro. At Money in the Bank 2024, Cena announced 2025 would be his final year in the ring. He shocked fans by turning heel at Elimination Chamber, attacking Cody Rhodes. But with The Rock stepping back from WWE, the storyline fell apart, and the creative team scrapped the heel idea, turning Cena back into a fan favorite before SummerSlam. Inside sources called the heel storyline poorly written, but praised Cena for giving it his all. They noted that while the booking was a mess, Cena was the only one who could make it work. No doubt he went out there and did the best he could do. I mean, we were saying that every week. As bad as I thought it was, I was just saying, my god, the only one that could make any sense out of this is Cena. Nobody could do this. We were saying it while he was doing it, the source said. With Crown Jewel in the books, Cena has just 4 appearances left, including his final match at Saturday night's main event on December 13th. How will Triple H book the Cenation leader's last moments in WWE? Is Rhea Ripley seriously injured in real life? Rhea Ripley took a vicious beating from the Kabuki Warriors after her match against Kairi Sane on this week's Raw, sparking worry among fans. WWE officials rushed to the scene, and Ripley was helped backstage by Sky and referees, clutching her back and neck, barely able to stand. But here's the truth. Rhea Ripley is not injured in real life. The dramatic scene was pure storytelling, a classic WWE move to blur the lines between reality and kayfabe. The attack was crafted to make fans care deeply about Ripley's feud with the Kabuki Warriors, building sympathy for the fan-favorite star. It also gave Asuka and Kairi Sane some much-needed heat after their loss at Crown Jewel. No official WWE sources or media reports have confirmed a real injury, so Ripley seems to be in good health. She's expected to keep driving her storyline with the Kabuki Warriors on Raw, which has become a can't-miss show with its gripping plots. Next week's Raw in Sacramento, California is on everyone's radar, and some wonder if WWE might keep Ripley off TV to sell the attack's impact. But leaving out the former Women's World Champion would be a big mistake. She's on fire right now and central to a major storyline. Ripley is likely to appear next week, pushing her rivalry with the Kabuki Warriors forward. This feud is far from finished, and WWE might extend it for weeks, possibly to Survivor Series WarGames. Will the Eradicator get her revenge on Asuka and Kairi Sane? Keep an eye on Raw to see how this explosive story unfolds. Huge role for Randy Orton in IShowSpeed's latest WWE project. IShowSpeed is diving deeper into WWE with his new project, and Randy Orton is playing a big part. Speed's no rookie to the WWE scene. He took an RKO from the Viper at WrestleMania 40 while dressed as a Prime Bottle during Orton's match with Logan Paul. He also felt Braun Breaker's brutal spear in the 2024 Royal Rumble. Recently, Speed posted a photo from the WWE Performance Center holding a clapperboard for Speed Goes Pro, his new show where he tests his skills in different sports. The premiere, featuring NFL legend Tom Brady, pulled in over 5.7 million YouTube views. Fightful Select reports that Speed will work closely with Orton to see if he's got what it takes to be a WWE wrestler. Orton was spotted at the Performance Center and will appear in the third episode of the season. While WWE is open to Speed competing in a match, no firm plans are set yet. Several WWE stars showed up for the show's premiere, adding to the hype. On the October 3rd episode of SmackDown, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton faced off with Division, where Paul Heyman tried to stir trouble between the two. This storyline keeps hinting that Orton might betray Cody, a theme WWE loves to revisit. On Brodown with Mac Davis, inside sources slammed WWE for recycling this angle. How many times are we going to play the card, your boy Paul Heyman, can we really trust Orton? How many times are we going to play that card? How many times are you going to have Big Purse go down there and try to buy the services of Ramhead? The source said. Will Orton finally turn on Cody Rhodes, or is WWE just teasing fans again? With Orton mentoring Speed and his ongoing story with Rhodes, the Viper's next move is one to watch. Darby Allin confirms WWE talks and calls out WWE stars that left AEW. For years, WWE and AEW have battled over top free agents, and Darby Allin, one of AEW's original stars, faced that choice. On the Ariel Helwani show, Allin opened up about his wrestling journey and how he picked AEW over WWE. He admitted he blew up Cody's phone to get into AEW, drawn by the creative freedom Tony Khan offered. Allin was clear about why he chose AEW over WWE, where he had connections through Evolve, a sister company at the time. When that was the only game in town, essentially, yes, I had talks, because I was a part of their sister company at the time called Evolve. Then I saw the writing on the wall, Allin said. When Helwani asked what he meant, Allin laughed and said, 205 live. He added, my money is in David and Goliath matches. So when I heard AEW was starting, I went, nope, I gotta go. We'll never know how Allin's high-flying, fearless style would have played out in WWE, but he chose AEW to stay true to his vision. Allin didn't hold back about changes in AEW's locker room either. The face-painted star, fiercely loyal to AEW, took shots at wrestlers he says stirred trouble with their egos. He described a huge shift in AEW's backstage vibe, saying it's better than ever now that the drama's gone. The vibe around the company is amazing right now. Compared to a few years ago, it definitely felt like some tension, but now it's like everyone's on the same page. Let's make it the best possible, Allin said. He credited the change to cutting out toxic attitudes. Allin called out wrestlers who refused to lose or work as a team, saying they hurt AEW's spirit. What changed? The cancer got cut out. The egotistical wrestlers that didn't want to lose. The groups of people that came in. That's what I'm saying about wrestling. When I was climbing Mount Everest, it kept me so grounded and level-headed. At the end of the day, this is all staged. So if you're gonna have an ego about that, get out of the F-sport. Go be in the UFC, go try that. But don't bring that energy here. Allin stressed that wrestling is about fun and teamwork, not selfish egos. This is about having fun. This is about putting out good energy. Like, come on, man, just stop. So once all that got cleared up, I felt like, okay, cool, let's rock. I just don't like egos. I can't stand them. While he didn't name names, fans are buzzing online, pointing fingers at former WWE stars like Miro or Malachi Black, who faced heat for allegedly dodging losses. Allin's message is loud and clear. AEW's all about unity now, and the ego-driven stars are out. Triple H needs to cancel WarGames at WWE Survivor Series. Survivor Series doesn't have to mean one thing. It's a flexible concept that can adapt to WWE's needs. Traditionally, it's been about 5-on-5 tag matches, but WarGames took over as the main attraction at the premium live event in recent years. WarGames is thrilling, but there's no rule saying it must headline every Thanksgiving weekend. Survivor Series could feature a battle royal, an elimination chamber-style match, or even borrow from Royal Rumble's vibe. The point is, WWE has options to shape the event around what's best for the storylines, not stick to one rigid format. Until a day ago, WarGames seemed locked in, with storylines building toward it since WrestleMania. But Seth Rollins' injury at Crown Jewel and Braun Breaker's shocking betrayal on Raw have thrown everything into chaos. The World Heavyweight Championship picture is a mess. Rollins might not be able to compete, CM Punk is the #1 contender, Breaker's gunning for the title, and other top stars are circling. Triple H could pull a bold move, turn Survivor Series into a tournament to crown a new champion if Rollins has to give up the belt. A series of matches where the last one standing becomes champ fits the Survivor name perfectly. It's a drastic shift, but it could work given the circumstances. On the women's side, WWE could go back to a classic 5-on-5 match or another stipulation if a WarGames match doesn't fit naturally. Still, WarGames is heavily promoted, and the women's division has proven it can deliver just as powerfully as the men. A women's WarGames match could carry the show alone, keeping the concept fresh while adding variety by skipping the men's version. Either way, WWE shouldn't force WarGames, men's or women's, if the storylines don't line up. A well-crafted pivot could make Survivor Series unforgettable and build hype for WarGames' return next year. Major Brock Lesnar WWE plans canceled after Seth Rollins' injury. WWE's plans for Brock Lesnar have hit a major roadblock following Seth Rollins' injury at Crown Jewel. Last week, reports swirled about a massive Survivor Series WarGames match featuring Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, and either Jimmy Uso or LA Knight facing off against Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Lesnar, and Austin Theory as part of the Vision. But those plans are now scrapped after Breaker's shocking betrayal of Rollins on Raw. Rollins' injury forced WWE to pivot, pulling the trigger on Breaker's turn earlier than planned, throwing the original WarGames lineup out the window. Fightful Select confirmed last week that the match was a real possibility, but after Raw, sources say it's been largely abandoned. It's unclear if Lesnar and Theory will still join the revamped Vision under Breaker's leadership, or if they'll have different roles entirely. The next few episodes of Raw should shed light on what's next. If Lesnar does return to team with Paul Heyman's crew, it could create a powerhouse faction. Theory, meanwhile, has been out with injuries and hasn't appeared since his storyline split with Grayson Waller, who's now aligned with the New Day. Lesnar, fresh off dominating John Cena at WrestlePalooza, vanished after the match, his first WWE appearance in over 2 years.